What's up guys, this is Jeff from Sorta Healthy, and today I'm coming to all of you with a video that I never thought that I would make. Today I'll be sharing how much money I personally made in 2020. Over here at Sorta Healthy, I like to think of us as the straight to the point, no BS source of usable information for personal trainers. And soon we'll be offering some advice on marketing, productivity, and just general small business things as well. I'd like to think that we're different than all the other gurus out there who say things like, I went from having 0 clients to 100 clients in 2 months by using this program. Now I make 7 figures only working 15 hours a week. Yeah, you guys all know the people I'm talking about. But since I'm about to be showing you a video based solely on my personal income, I guess my question to myself is, am I actually any better than the braggadocious so-called experts out there, or have I become the thing that I despise most? No. Here at Sorta Healthy we are better, and let me explain to you why. 1, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Seriously, I give away all of the forms and content that I create for free. By the way, you can download all of the forms that I use in my personal training business by going to this link located in the video description. All I ask is that you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because this helps to support the channel and helps the channel to grow. Thank you very much for the support, everyone. I really do appreciate that. 2, I will be honest with you guys, even if it's not entirely in my best interest to be. And I'll explain more about that later. 3, money is important. Like, seriously, you need it to live. On that last point, like I alluded to earlier in the video, there are many trainers who have no problem sharing how much money they make. In fact, they don't even share it, they literally just cram it down your throat. Most of that is nonsense though. Many of those individuals are giving you fake numbers in an effort to coerce you into buying something. If you're a member of any Facebook personal training group, you've seen these people. This is harmful to new trainers because it gives them a totally false idea of what it is to be a successful trainer in the field. Hopefully in making this video, I can give some new trainers out there a realistic goal for being a successful personal trainer and small business owner. Of course, this video is also for all those nosy people who commented on my last video, which talked about trainer pay in 2020. I'm just kidding, I love you guys, and I think it's cool that you guys are curious about how much money I make. Anyway, no time for delay, let's get into breaking down my income for 2020, and we'll start with everyone's favorite YouTube channel, Sorta Healthy. All right, let's see it. How much money did Sorta Healthy make in 2020? Must have made a few $100, maybe $1,000. Oh, $6.21. Did I mention liking the video and subscribing to the channel? Come on guys, I am dying over here. You guys expect me to be able to eat with $6.21? How am I gonna feed these poodles with $6.21? You guys need to step that support up ASAP, come on now. Nah, I'm just kidding. There are 3 reasons why this number is so low. 1, this is still a small YouTube channel. 2, I only monetized this channel in December of 2020. And 3, I'm not trying to make any money off of this channel yet. When it comes to YouTube monetization, I'll be making a much bigger effort in 2021. Okay, so we got a whole $6 there, and moving on. Next up, how much money did I make from employees and independent contractors? In 2020, I made about $4,500 from employees and 1099s or independent contractors. This number would have been considerably higher, but lockdowns led to some employees quitting and other employees working far less than they otherwise would have. My studio is only about 3 years old, and so far, finding reliable help has actually been the hardest part of running it. 2021 is looking better though, and I expect this number to be considerably higher this year. My next source of income is rental income. Almost 4 years ago, I bought a 2-family home, a duplex really. This is basically 2 houses connected to each other with 2 separate parking areas, separate entrances, separate bathrooms, etc. With permission from my local zoning department in town, I lived in one side of the house and used the other side to do personal training sessions. Actually, myself and my then girlfriend Alexis, now wife, both used this side of the house to do personal training sessions. Within 9 or so months of using my house as a personal training studio, well, we just kind of ran out of space. We then rented the space out that you're seeing now here in town, and we do all of our training sessions here. I still live in that same house that I previously mentioned though, and what was once a small training studio on the opposite side of my house is now a rental unit that generates me more income. So yeah, I'm actually a landlord too, which I hear is supposed to suck, but honestly, so far, for me, it's been pretty good. I actually rent out 1/2 of my house to one of Alexis's clients. So far, it's going great. Now, I absolutely could charge more for this rental unit, but this client/tenant takes really good care of the place, so I want to give her as fair rent as I possibly can. I make $1,100 a month from this rental, or $13,200 a year. So even though having this property isn't making me rich, it almost pays for itself. Buying my house and initial training studio was probably my most important investment so far. For all the trainers and entrepreneurs watching this video right now, my suggestion to you is to try and create a few different revenue streams. At some point in your career, you're going to want to diversify your income. This extra revenue was really handy for me between the months of March and June, where my studio was closed. Even though my studio, my main source of revenue, was closed, I was still making a decent amount of money from this rental property, so I didn't have to panic. So yeah, if you're looking to do what I did and you want to start up a personal training studio, purchasing a multifamily home could be a really good option. For those who are interested in this, check out this video right here where I break down personal training studio options. Okay, so next up we have my largest source of income, and no surprise, it's personal training. So to break down my personal training pay, we basically have to break down the year into 3 different sections. In January and February, before my studio shut down, I was averaging just over 40 sessions a week, 40.2 sessions. My sessions are 45 minutes long and cost $46 on average. This makes them a little more than $1 a minute. I was planning on raising my prices this year, but with the pandemic, I never ended up doing that. Anyways, 40.2 times 46 equals $1,849.20. This is what I was making weekly on average for this time period. And if we multiply that number by 4.33, we get $8,007, which is how much I was making on average for these 2 months. If we multiply that number by 2, we get $16,014. And that's how much money I made for January and February in 2020. By the way, if it wasn't clear where I got that 4.33 from before, that's the average number of weeks in a month. And I'll show you how to get that. So if we divide 52, the number of weeks in a year, divided by 12, the number of months in a year, we get 4.3 repeating, again, being the average number of weeks in any given month. Okay, next up we have this 3-month span from March to May, where my studio was actually shut down. And in that time period, I averaged 17.4 sessions a week. About 35% of my clients switched over to virtual sessions. So if we do some quick math here, 17.4, which is the number of sessions I did weekly, times 46, which is how much each session costs. So I was making about $800 a week from doing personal training sessions. Times that by the 4.33, and you can see that I was making about $3,466 if you round this up, and that would be for the entire month. And if we multiply that by 3 for that 3-month span, in that 3-month time span, I made about $10,397. So now we have the last 7 months of the year, June through December, which is where my studio was back open again. And in those last 7 months, I averaged about 38 sessions a week. So 38 sessions times $46 equals $1,748. That's what I was making weekly training clients. And if we multiply that by 4.33, we get about $7,569 if we round this up for all of those different months. And if we multiply that number by 7, because I was training 38 clients a week for 7 months, we get about $52,982 for that 7-month time span. So if we add up all those different numbers for personal trainer pay over the course of 2020, we get $79,393. Not too shabby given what happened in 2020. Hopefully you guys appreciate the honesty that I'm displaying here. Me lying and telling you guys that I'm a millionaire may be better for my brand, but I'm not going to do that. And if we add in my other revenue streams like my rental income, which comes to $13,200 a year, the revenue I get from having other employees and independent contractors working for me, which is about $4,500 a year, and this fantastic $6 that I got from the YouTube channel, which I'm still a little bit salty about if I'm being honest. If we add all those forms of supplementary income to my training total, we get a grand total of just over $97,000. And if it weren't for that pesky bug going around right now, I would have hit 6 figures no problem. My business easily cleared 100K. In fact, Alexis, who owns half of Commence Fitness, my personal training studio, actually did more training than I did. She made over 80K with just doing training sessions. So yeah, even in a pandemic, we did pretty well. We're not rich by any means, but we work really hard and we're compensated pretty well for it. The downside to running your own business is also pretty extreme though. Rent costs about $1,000 a month, which is actually a really really fair rate, which we negotiated for. Utilities cost about $300 a month, and other supplies and events cost about $200 a month. If we multiply that $1,500 times 12, you get $18,000, which is about what it costs to run my studio yearly. I also have to pay for my own health insurance, which is about $350 a month because I'm self-employed. And my taxes in general are also really high because I'm self-employed, meaning that I have to pay basically double what someone employed by someone else would have to pay. I also pay taxes in Connecticut, which is like the smaller cousin of California and New York, aka taxes are harsh here, especially for small businesses. That, of course, has forced me to get good at utilizing tax write-offs, but that is entirely a topic for a different day. So even though we do make a good amount of money, even in a crazy year like 2020, we don't really get to utilize all of that money like someone who is employed by someone else. And again, this is because of our relatively high overhead and our taxes being on the higher side. And that's all that we have for today, everyone. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and hopefully this video will give you some realistic expectations and goals for what's possible in the field. And by the way, there are definitely other trainers out there who are far more successful than I am. Most of those trainers have figured out a way to stop trading so much of their own personal time for money. And for me personally, this is going to be a major focus going forward. Anyways, if you guys have any comments or questions, make sure to leave those down below and I will respond to them. And if you haven't liked the video or subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so because it does help the channel to grow, allowing me to make more free content for all of you. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. And until next time, stay sort of healthy.